Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Idahoan Show. Today I want to talk about the Bushnell TRS-25 red dot sight. And our story begins a little over a year ago when I was looking to put some sights on my homemade Utah pistol. I machined this little block so that I could mount a red dot sight on the dovetail rail up here. And I wanted a good quality red dot sight because I wanted to do some, actual accuracy comparison tests with different barrels on this gun. But I didn't have a huge budget to spend on it. So I did a lot of research online looking at other people's reviews and, lists of best budget red dot sights and things like that. And the one that really stood out in all of that research and all of those reviews was the Bushnell TRS-25. It was about the best sight that still fit my budget. Almost everybody spoke very highly of it. It had a lot of really good reviews. I had owned a few other Bushnell products in the past, things like binoculars and rifle scopes, which seemed like pretty good quality products. So this is the one that I ended up going with. Well, most people when they're posting a review are people who just bought the product or perhaps were given it for the purpose of the review. And so most of the reviews that are out there are reviews of brand new products. And so they don't necessarily cover issues that can come up after you've owned the product for a while. This is a perfect example because, like I said, I bought this, a little over a year ago. It has a 1-year warranty, which turns out to be kind of significant. I mounted it on the Utah, tried it on a bunch of different barrels, used it for some accuracy testing or some comparison of accuracy between different barrels. And I never really bothered to zero it because, I was always swapping it between different barrels and, so the zero would have been changing probably every time. There was no point in trying to zero it for one barrel. Until recently, I machined this sort of premium grade 45 ACP barrel for the Utah. And I figured, well, I'll go ahead and zero it for this barrel just because. And so I shot a test group and the gun was shooting a couple inches high into the right at 10 yards. So, I adjusted the scope, initially, fired a couple more shots that seemed to be on target. And then the next day I went out and fired another group and it was high into the right again. And so again, I adjusted the scope and for a couple of shots it was shooting on. And then the group started drifting high into the right. And so I continued adjusting the red dot sight until I'd maxed out the adjustment controls, and pretty soon the group had still walked further high into the right until, at 25 yards it was shooting like several feet off target. So clearly something inside this sight has broken or come loose and is wandering. I guess based on the recoil impulse or something, it tends to wander. Well, I guess the point of aim would be wandering low and to the left, and then that's making the group walk high and to the right. But anyway, bottom line is immediately after the warranty ran out, something in this came loose, broke, whatever the case may be. The sight is no longer functional as such. And so I thought I would make this review to hopefully save some of you out there from the expense and frustration of buying one of these and having this happen. In any case, thank you for watching the Idahoan Show.